Take our wheel blocks here, and these are foldable, very compact and nice. Wheel blocks, and let's put those in place. And you just put them right behind the rear wheels. This is to prevent the wheels from moving backwards when you're jacking up the car. So you do this on both sides. Next thing I do is I take my jack here, and this BMW 750, it's pretty tight under here. So even though this is a semi-low profile jack, I don't think that's going to get underneath there. So what I like to do is, with most jacks, you can just take this guy off like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack up with this portion right here. And then once on the jack stands, I'll show you a little trick. Okay, now if you look underneath the car, you're going to see this little piece of metal right here, right where my finger's pointing to. That is about, I'd say maybe 4 inches across by probably about an inch. That is your jack point right there. And if you go this direction, this is your bumper here. So just go a little bit in, and you're going to see this little piece of metal here. That's where you want to apply all the pressure when jacking the front of your vehicle up. Alright, excellent. Now that you can see that my little green circular area is right on that metal, now it's time to jack it up. About halfway up when you're jacking, come back down and make sure that your circle is still attached and not slipping backwards, especially when you're in a driveway. If that for some reason slips off and goes through this plastic, that can cause some damage to your radiator under there. So it shouldn't slip, but just come back down under here and double check that the jack is still firmly against the metal piece. Now I'm on the passenger side towards the front of the car, and underneath you'll see a little slot right here. This is where, if you would put on your spare tire and use the BMW jack, you would put it right up in here. I am going to use just a little jack stand like this with a little flat top, and again, it's just a small little jack stand, and get it right underneath that little slot right there, so that the pressure of the car will come down right there on it. This is what it's supposed to look like, the insert for your spare tire jack on your BMW. Mercedes Benz is the same way. It's this little piece that fits right in here that you raise up the car. Now I'm on the driver's side, and it looks like my passenger side, this little chunk right here, got torn off, but that's okay. So what I do on this side is, let me show you what stand I use on this side. So for this side, the driver's side, I'm going to use this type of a jack, not flat on the top. Well, it is flat, but it has these little curves right here and they're going to curve up like this and hold it this way, just like this right here. Alright, make sure everything's lined up. That jack stand under that one is under that one. And what you're going to do now is you're going to lower this very slowly so that those side braces of the frame land on those proper mountings. So again, I'm going to turn this counterclockwise this way, and it's going to lower the car slowly. Be careful, because if you turn it too fast, the car's going to drop right on those stands pretty quick. So just be careful about that. So I'm going to turn that slowly and do that now. If you're just going to change the oil, you're almost done. You have the car on jacks there and there on the sides, driver and passenger side. But what I like to do is, for a safety precaution, so it doesn't slip off of right here, I'm going to go ahead and take this, my mount, I'm going to put it back on, and I'm going to slip it back under the car and put a slight bit of pressure as a safety jack point. Here's a better look at the metal piece under the front bumper of the car. We're about 2.5 feet back or so from the front bumper, and again, goes from there to there to there. So this is where I applied all my pressure. So what I do is a safety jack point. I get the jack right underneath, and what I try to do is I try to get it so it sits flat right there. So as you can see, there's the point right there, and now I'm just gonna jack it up a little bit until we just get a little bit of pressure. So that, just in case that stand goes down on me, I won't be crushed by the car because I have my safety third point here. And my oil is way back here, so the jack stand's not going to get in the way. But keep watching if you want to see how to jack up the rear of the car also. Here we are at the back of the car, and I have my jack right underneath the what I call the pumpkin. And here's your exhaust pipe here, your left one driver's side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the jack here on the bottom of this right here. Raise it up, put some jack stands, and then the back is jacked up. Same thing on the rear. I'm on the passenger side rear. And you're going to put the jack stands right here, or you would put the spare tire jack that BMW gives you. Here's my stand there, and on the other side, there's my other one as well. And again, same process. And here I actually had to use a couple pieces of wood because my jack stands, I like kind of some tall ones, so I used a couple spacer pieces of wood to finally get it up and get the jack stands underneath. And then again, very slowly lower the car down onto the stands and remove your jack, or put it back up front for your safety point, or if it's in the rear here, you can put a little bit of pressure on it for a safety point back here. And that's how you complete the proper way to jack up a car. For a safety point, for the back or the front, it's up to you. You can put the safety point here, a little bit of pressure, but as you notice, follow the light. One jack stand there, one jack stand right there. We got the other one right behind the tire here, and our fourth one is right there with my fifth safety point. Also watch my oil change video, and you can see it in daylight if you want to see it from another angle with a different jack. I show you how to jack up a car in my oil change video. Anyway, that's how you jack up a car. And stay tuned. This video is also going to be, well, I'm going to have a different video, but I'm going to have rear differentials, so stay tuned for that.